Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, part 3 of lesson 22. We'll be going over more examples of Maddul Muttasil. What is Maddul Muttasil? That after the letters of Mad, there appears a Hamza in the same word. Also, in the previous lesson, we mentioned that the letters of Mad are Alif with a Zaba before it, a Waw Sakin with a Pesh before it, a Ya Sakin with a Zer before it. And we mentioned that when you see a Kari Zaba or Kari Zer in Ulta Pesh, to stretch it is just like stretching an Alif with a Zaba before it, like meaning that a Kari Zabar is just like an Alif with a Zaba before it. Kari Zer is just like Ya Sakin with a Zer before it, and Ulta Pesh is just like Waw Sakin with a Pesh before it in terms of stretching, and that is one Alif only. Right? So if you look at this example, this Lam right here, it has a Kari Zabar. So instead of having a Alif with a Zabar before it, it has a Kari Zabar, and that it has a Mad symbol on top, and it has a Hamza right after it in the same word. So this is Maddul Muttasil. You stretch it for 4 alifs. So Mim Zabar Ma, Lam Mad Kari Zabar La, Mala, Hamza Zer I, Malai, Kaf Zabar Ka, Malaika, Ta'bishtu, Malaikatu, Malaikatu. Same thing here, that this Ya has a Kari Zabar. Instead of having a Alif with a Zabar before, it has a Kari Zabar, and you stretch, and there's a Mad symbol on top, and right after that there's a Hamza in the same word. So you'll stretch it for 4 alifs. So Ya Mad Kari Zabar Ya, Hamza Kari Zabar A, that's 1 alif. Ya A, Dal Zabada, Ya Ada, Mim Peshmu, Ya Adamu, Ya Adamu, Kaf Zabaka, Ba Alif Mad Zabar Ba, Kaba, Hamza Zer'i, Kaba'i, Ra Zabara, Kaba'ira. So this is also Maddul Muttasil. There's a Hamza right after Mad in the same word. So Kaba'ira, Kaba'ira. Before we go over the next example, I want to go over a new rule. Maddul Munfasil. That is the second type of Maddul Far'i. So what is Maddul Munfasil? After the letters of Mad, there appears a Hamza in the following word, or should I say in the next word. Maddul Muttasil is Hamza in the same word, but for Munfasil, Hamza in the following word, in the next word. If you look at this example, Kama Umirtu, that after the letters of Mad, that you see this Alif with the Zaba before it, right after that there's a Hamza in the next word. There's a Hamza in the next word, not in the same word. So how long do you stretch it for? So here it says 4 alifs, 2.5 alifs, or 2 alifs. But most of the ulama ikram, they say that you should stretch it for 2.5 alifs. Stretch it for 2.5 alifs. So Kama Umirtu, Kama Umirtu. Okay, let's go over Asabak. So if you look over here, after the letters of Mad, there's a Hamza in the next word. So you'll stretch this 2.5 alif. One student asked me that a person who does not understand the Arabic language, how can he differentiate between a Maddul Muttasil and Maddul Munfasil? So the reply was that generally, at most times, what happens is that when there's this type of Hamza, usually that's Maddul Muttasil, meaning the Hamza in the same word. So if you, after the letters of Mad, if you see this type of Hamza, then that's Maddul Muttasil, because the Hamza is in the same word. But if you see this type of Hamza, which is a Alif with a Harkat, meaning either a Zabar, Zer, or Pesh, then at most times that's called Maddul Munfasil, meaning the Hamza in the next word. So I hope you understood that most times they use this type of Hamza for Maddul Muttasil, meaning a Hamza that which appears after the letters of Mad in the same word, And at most of the time they use this type of hamza for Maddul Munfasil, meaning that after the letters of mud, there's a hamza in the following word. Okay. So how long do we stretch Maddul Munfasil? 2.5 alifs. So lam, alif, mad, zabar, la, hamza zer'i, la, i, lam, kari, zabar, la, that's 1 alif, la, ila, ha, zabar, ha, la, ilaha, la, ilaha. Make sure don't drag the ha. La, ilaha. Hamza, lam, zer, il, lam, alif, mad, zabar, la. This one also, see there's a hamza in the following word, so you stretch it for 2.5 alifs. Illa. So again, la ilaha illa. Make sure don't drag the ha. La ilaha illa. Hamza, nun, zabar, an. See, after nun sakin, there's a ta. Ta is one of the letters of ikhfa, so you have to make a nasal sound. Hamza, nun, zabar, an. La ilaha illa an. Ta, zabar, ta. La ilaha illa anta. So without spelling, malaikatu, that's Maddul Muttasil, 4 alifs. Ya Adamu. Yeah. So this first one is Maddul Muttasil, 4 alifs, and there's a hamza with a kari zabar, 1 alif. Ya Adamu. Kaba'ira, that's Maddul Muttasil, 4 alifs. Kaba'ira. La ilaha illa anta. Again. La ilaha illa anta. So both of these are Maddul Munfasil, 2.5 alifs, and make sure to do ikhfa over here. La ilaha illa anta. Jim, alif, mad, zabar, ja. Hamza, waw, pesh, u. Ja'u. Kaf, zabar, ka. Ja'uka. So here, this is Maddul Muttasil, right? You stretch it for 4 alifs. And here, waw sakin with the pesh before it, you stretch it for 1 alif. You stretch it for 1 alif. So Ja'uka. So this is Maddul Asli right here. This is Maddul Asli. So Maddul Muttasil and Maddul Asli. Ja'uka. Ja'uka. So Hamza has a kari zabar, so that will be 1 alif. And this mud right here, there's a hamza in the same word, so that's Maddul Muttasil. Maddul Muttasil. So Hamza, kari zabar, a. Lam, alif, mad, zabar, la. Ala. Hamza zer'i. Ala'i. Now this example right here, inshallah we'll go over this under lesson 23. Let's go over this one. Ba, alif, mad, zabar, ba. Hamza, waw, pesh, u. Ba, u. So after letters of mad, there's a hamza in the same word, so you stretch it for 4 alifs. And a waw sakin with a pesh before it, that's Maddul Asli. You stretch it for 1 alif. So ba'u. Okay. Without spelling, ja'uka. Ala'i. Ba